Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually under the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research, try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another update for you, and this is the House of Asgharali. House of Asgharali is another niche perfume house from Middle East, but this time instead of the usual United Arab Emirates, we are going to the Kingdom of Bahrain. Kingdom of Bahrain is a small kingdom in the Gulf, in the Persian Gulf, and very small island. I think altogether maybe they have about 1 million population. They have quite a rich history in terms of connection with Iran, with Persia, and this brand has been around, I think, around 20 years or maybe a little bit more. And I unboxed and reviewed few of their fragrances before. For the price, they are very impressive. So this one in particular called Asgharali, and this is Exotic Mukhallat EDP 100ml. It's targeted unisex. It's quite hard to find, unfortunately, in the Middle East and Europe and North America and other places. Do your research. I think you can find it still. In United Kingdom, is almost impossible to find, unfortunately. I'm not sure if it's discontinued or not. I don't know, but it's very hard to find. I paid under £50 for it. Retails for £100, and first thing first, presentation very nice, especially for the price I paid. As always with Middle Eastern houses, they give you everything plus the kitchen sink, and in this case is the same thing. Although the box is quite on the simple side, but it doesn't bother me whatsoever. The simpler the better. We care mostly about the juice inside, and this is what matters, and the juice inside is very good. So presentation was very good. Heavy bottle, very nicely done. It looks nice in the hand. It looks luxurious, and so on and so forth. Performance wise, I'm happy to say this is a very good performer. Although it's not a beast mode, but it is bordering beast mode. On my skin went easily over 8 hours. On t-shirt and materials goes easily over 10 hours. So very good performer. In terms of projection, I had about an arm length of projection for around 2 to 3 hours, and after that slowly subside. But you always have a big bubble, big cloud, and a big trail. Don't go more than 5 sprays of this. This is very strong. If you have it, if you're going to get it, be careful with the trigger. Always experiment with maybe 3 or 4, see if it's ample enough, and take it from there. If it's not ample enough, then you can add a little bit more. But if you put something like 10 sprays of this, you will feel a house. Not only a house, you feel a road, and people will smell you from the other side of the road. It's very strong and very long lasting, and it shows in this perfume. So performance wise, excellent. In terms of ratio for what I paid, what I get is excellent. Again, smell wise, perfumery, ingredients, everything is very good, especially for the price. Smells like a very high-end niche. £200 plus easy smell that in that category of perfumes. So let's get to the who is it for. First thing first, this is targeted unisex, and to my nose is absolutely unisex. Anybody can wear it, ladies and men, no problem whatsoever. There is no distinguishing gender in here whatsoever. So it is correct. It is aimed for unisex, and it's correct. Age wise, I would say at least 25 years and older to be on the safe side. The reason is because it is on the complex side. It's complex, is Oriental, is layered, is multifaceted, and it is mysterious, and all these things given it a little bit on the mature noses will appreciate this better, in my opinion. Season wise, this is one of those perfumes that you can use it all year round, summer and winter, no problem. The only thing is in high heat, very high heat summer, it could be cloying, so you have to be careful of that. And in terms of occasion, this is very opulent, so it's very good for going out, special occasion, formal occasion, evening, special ceremonies like wedding, like birthday, anything you want. Although the price is right, so you can use it anywhere you want, anytime you want. This is only a recommendation. So let's get to the perfume itself. The perfume itself, it is an Oriental woody, yes, but it has got some mixture of Orientals and French perfumery in here. So mainly I would say around 60 to 70% of this perfume is Oriental, and around 30 to 40% of it is French. So it's a mixture of both worlds, and that gives it that complexity. Overall, there is an oud in here, especially in the dry down. The oud will come up more, but the oud in here is, shall we say, is internationally palated. So it's not a barnyard, it's not animalic, although there's a hint of animalicness in here, but a very, very tiny amount. So it's not barnyard, it's not like a fecal or anything like that, any funky. So it is quite on the safe side of oud. It's internationally palated, is European palated perfumery in here, so the oud is not overpowering. The oud in here is a clean oud. Is again, although it's got, yes, huge woodiness to it, and also a little bit of earthiness, and also resinous, very, very resinous. This perfume is super resin. I'm not sure where those resins come from apart from the oud, but there's like layers of resins in here, giving it a very heavy feel. Okay. Spices in here are very, very big as well, so it's very, very spicy. From the get-go, you're getting amalgamation of spices. Saffron is one of them, cinnamon and clove, to my nose, other players in here. So you need to like your deep and complex spicy perfumes to enjoy this. The other aspect is the floral aspect of it, which is mainly white florals, but after white florals is the rose. So the rose is there and is noticeable, especially the first half-life of this perfume. The rose is quite noticeable, but it doesn't go to the realm of becomes a rose perfume. If you get what I'm saying, it doesn't take over. It's not a big player, although it's there, and it's got a very powdery feel to this perfume, which is mainly coming from that lily of the valley. But I'm smelling something like an iris in here as well, maybe a little bit of jasmine in here. So it is white floral dominant, and also plus the rose plus geranium. Geranium in here giving a little bit of earthy, minty feel. It's very, very minty, this perfume. Yeah, very, very minty. Overall, this one is a little bit of soapy as well. So it is quite soapy. It has got a little bit of that detergent feel to it, soap, detergent, shampoo, maybe washing up liquid or something in that vein, in a good way, obviously, in a very expensive way, not a cheap way. But it has got that aspect of soapiness to it, which is very, very strong. So you need to like your soapy perfumes to enjoy this. So overall, this perfume I classify it as semi-fresh to semi-dark. So that is the characteristic of this perfume. And also Oriental woody. So Oriental woody is the correct categorization for it. So let me read you the ingredients and we'll take it from there. So according to Fragrantica, the ingredients are saffron, geranium, bergamot on top. In the mid we have rose, leather and lily of the valley. And the base we have oud, woody notes and musk. Musk in here is very, very apparent as well. So the musk from the get-go to the end, always musky. But again, moderate rather than it takes over, and quite clean as well. The animalicness or andolicness of this perfume is coming from the white florals, funny enough, not from the oud, it's not from the musk. So it is a little bit of andolic, little bit of animalicness, but a hint of it, very, very small amount. If you don't know what animalic is, you won't notice it. It's that small, okay? So overall, this perfume is very well done, very well put together. The only thing is the first 10 to 15 minutes is a little bit on the sharp side, so you need to let it to settle. When it settles, it becomes beautiful perfume and it goes forever. It just keep going and going. that soapiness is always there, but it is stronger in the first half life of this perfume. And also the powderiness, little bit of dustiness, little bit of camphorous feel, little bit of balsamic feel in here as well. So you can tell it's very, very complex perfume. The oud in here, again, the clean variety of oud is not a barnyard, it's not fecal, it's not animalic or anything like that. You know, it's not funky at all, but it is quite noticeable, especially the second half life of this perfume. The leather overall is quite leathery, but it is soft leather rather than rugged leather. It's like more like suede to my nose, but it is always there. Again, the rose is secondary to those white florals, to Lily of the Valley, and also maybe a hint of tuberose in here, a hint of iris, and a hint of jasmine as well. The saffron and the cumin and the cinnamon to my nose are combined here, giving it that spicy feel. The geranium plus the rose giving it that hint of rosiness, but again, it doesn't take over. The geranium is actually much bigger than the rose in here. But again, in the first half life of this perfume, you feel the geranium and also the rose quite distinctly, but white florals are bigger. So to give you a brief story of this perfume, warm, spicy, very, very spicy. So layers of spices in here, especially saffron, cumin, and cinnamon. Oud is quite clean, but it will get stronger later on in the base, but always internationally palated, or majority of people won't be offended with this oud. The rose in there, but rose is secondary to the white florals. The leather is quite soft, more like suede rather than rugged leather, and the spices are quite big, as I said. It's got a little bit of fresh spiciness to it as well. So it's like a peppery feel to it for somehow. It's like peppery, it's like a little bit of ginger smell to it as well, which is quite nice. And the woods are very, very big in here, which is combination of a little bit of oud, but mostly sandalwood and cedar in here. Musk is always there, but it's quite clean. And also you get a little bit of aromaticness, which is coming from that geranium, which is a little bit minty as well, and a hint of animalicness and andoricness, which is very, very small amount. And also don't forget a little bit of tobacco feel, a little bit of herbal feel, a little bit of green grassy feel to it as well, soapiness to it, powderiness to it, camphorousness, and all these things making it very, very complex fragrance. So if you like the description, what I said with this description of this perfume, this is an amazing perfume for a price, especially under £50 I paid for it. This is a beauty in a bottle, very, very complex, very well put together, very high-end smell to it, very niche smell to it, very exotic and very mysterious smell to it overall. And it changes throughout the days, from the beginning to the end. It changes at least 3 to 4 times, which is amazing for this price point. Very, very enjoyable, but with a huge but. Two things: one is quite hard to find, but even if you find it for a good price, you have to remember this is not everybody's cup of tea. It is quite on the particular side. It is a little bit on the challenging side. It could be not too much for some people. It's got a big personality in here, and is very, very sometimes it could be overpowering for some people. So you need to like this kind of big, bold, and very, very mysterious and very, very huge character perfume to enjoy it. Okay guys, I highly recommend it. I give it 2 thumbs up. Beautiful perfume. I absolutely enjoyed wearing this perfume. I'm very, very happy to have it in my collection. If you have it, if you know it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, please don't forget to hit those buttons. This way you help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you perfumes like this in future that nobody else is talking about. They are amazing value for money, they smell great, and they are hidden gems, and this beauty is a definite hidden gem. If you are interested in purchasing one of my own perfumes and support me that way and get something very, very beautiful in return, you could do that. I'll leave them in the link. I put more than 60% pure perfume oils in my perfumes, which is unheard of, and that makes them huge, bold, very big, very artistic and unique. They are like time capsule. They take you different places, different time. And I am the artist, I'm the worker, I'm the perfumer. Nobody else is involved from the scratch to the perfume itself. So they are absolutely amazing, if I say myself. Thank you as always for watching. Thank you for your love and support, and I see you later. Bye bye bye.